Our leeks have fared pretty well, given the extremely high temperatures that we've had.
Just a quick mention about the sweet potatoes.
The difference between a great autumn harvest comes down to just a few simple jobs. Some of them take just 2 minutes. Others, if you get it wrong, it will cost you your harvest. Late August is a funny time. Summer's not quite yet done, but autumn is very slowly creeping in. And if you're not careful, you'll miss the window to do these jobs. So grab yourself a brew and sit down as we go through the jobs that we shall be doing over the next 2 weeks up to the end of August. It's time for the garden reset. First job, and this is one of the most important jobs that you need to have on your list, and it's leeks. Our leeks have fared pretty well, given the extremely high temperatures that we've had. They've taken, looking good, but we want to keep them looking good. So, between now and the end of August, get some hoops over your leeks and put mesh over the top of it. You see, allium leaf miner doesn't just come during March and April. It returns again in September and through October. Only this time what it will do is it will lay its eggs in the soil, and those eggs will be the next generation that will hatch next March and April. So take this one seriously. Even if you haven't seen allium leaf miner on your plots anywhere, it could turn up at any time. Protect yourself, get them covered, and then they can't lay their eggs near your alliums.
Hello and welcome to our allotment in our back garden here in Norfolk. My name's Trish, aka Mrs. W, and along with my Mr. W, we look to grow our own veg all year round using the no-dig method.
Look at this. This is a job that you need to be doing if you want a bumper harvest of your soft fruits, the last ones of the season, like your autumn fruiting raspberries, your blackberries. These will need protecting. It's been a particularly hot and very dry last 3 months here in Norfolk, as I'm sure it has been for many of you in the UK. Normally the birds will go after things because they're hungry, but actually they're not even eating them. You can see here where they've just picked the raspberries off of these bushes. They're after the moisture. That's what they're after. We have various places about where we have water that birds and wildlife can get to, but it's just drying up. Protecting these will stop them pecking them just to get at that moisture. If you can fill a watering can up and just fill up your bowls or whatever for wildlife, they can get to that. Your bird baths, whatever, they can get to that, and hopefully leave your soft fruit alone.
Now is your last chance to be direct sowing any salads or radishes, and here I'm sowing some mooly radish into pre-watered drills. And as I'm doing this, just a quick mention about the sweet potatoes. I know they're a couple of months away from harvest at the moment, but they do need to remain moist now to get the maximum crop from them.
It's been a particularly harsh year for many of you. For onions, you've let me know that through the comments. But effectively, autumn in the UK at least is like a second spring. So sow some overwintering onions. This will serve the purpose that you can harvest these earlier next year, and it will help bridge the gap between the few onions that you did manage to get to harvest while you're waiting for your main crop onions for next year. We multi-sow ours, and ultimately there will be 3 to 4 onions in a clump. Next I'm going to sow some Calabrese broccoli, 2 seeds per cell, and then we'll thin to the strongest one. Now the reason I'm sowing this is not for a harvest this year. This will give us a harvest next year. This is something that myself and Mrs. W didn't actually used to do. We used to rely on cabbages, spring cabbages in particular, for overwintering. But actually we found last year that this worked really, really well. In our case, these are going to go into our polytunnel. they'll give us a harvest sometime in April and early May, just before we need to change the polytunnel over to its summer plantings. But if you wanted, you could plant these outside under netting so that the white cabbage butterfly or pigeons don't get them. What I would say is that if you're sowing any brassicas at this time of the year as seeds and seedlings, make sure they go in a really good cold frame or have netting over them to keep those white cabbage butterflies at bay. They will go after your young plants. Along the theme of the brassicas, I'm also going to be sowing some turnips. These are our favourite Tokyo cross. We've grown these for 4 or 5 years now, and they are our best turnip. Mrs. W is not quite so keen with the big ones and they become all woody. But these really are quite nice turnips.
They are, they're lovely.
And we're multi-sowing these, and we just twist the largest ones out as and when we want them. These will now go into a water bath to aid with their germination. There are many other things that you could be sowing during the month of August, because don't forget this is a reset month and there's lots that you can do to retrieve your garden and begin the fight back against all of this summer heat. You can still get plenty of harvest through autumn and early winter. We made a video at the beginning of the month detailing all the seeds that you could be sowing during the month of August. Haven't seen that yet? I'll leave a link in the description. That's the video for you. You've got all these plants that are going to be going in, and you need to make sure that your soil is refreshed, because once these crops are in, sometimes it can be quite difficult to actually add your compost in the autumn months. So by doing it now, it will have already had its annual mulch. Because ours are established beds, all we need to do is to get a 1 to 2 inch layer on top of our beds. This will ensure that there is enough fertility in the soil for the next 12 months. Coming up in our next set of jobs is one that I'm sure most of you already know about, but many of us forget to do it. We net our brassicas all year round. We have pigeons that are about here that are in the woodland towards the back of the garden, and they love nothing more than a brassica. But also, not many people realise, but at this time of the year, between mid-August and October, it's prime time for the cabbage white butterfly. So if you are transplanting your brassicas for next winter into your soil now, don't forget to cover them, because I hear all too often in the comments where people say that my brassicas have been stripped and they've failed this year. Once you transplant them, get them covered immediately, and that will save you losing those plants. Autumn is the time of year when, if you can add compost to your beds, that's the best time to do it. You can do it all throughout the year, and myself and Mrs. W do too. If something is overwintered and we can't do it until the following March or April, that's just what it is. But it's a good idea to, if you haven't already, to get your compost heap turned. If you haven't done that yet, do that now. Still got a couple of months or so before we get to late October and November, when you'll want to be doing what you saw me do in an earlier tip, which is to spread your compost over your no-dig beds that will add fertility to that bed for the following 12 months. It's been a brutal hot summer for many of us, and if you're like us, we haven't seen any meaningful rain since probably the end of May. But it will come, and you want to ensure that you're ready for it. Let's learn lessons from this year. We need to save as much water as we can, and ensuring that your guttering on your undercover spaces or wherever you have your water butts is clear now. That means that when that rain does fall, you'll be able to collect the maximum amount that you can. This is normally a job that I would advise late September and October as we go through the winter, but we are desperate for water, so just make sure that you are ready and that the water can run freely through your guttering.
Next, I'm going to be sowing a couple more of these 30-litre tubs of carrots. And you can see here the ones that Mr. W sowed at the end of July. That was a variety called Marion, and the germination was good and they're growing along quite nicely. He used the snail shape method and I've done the same here. I've drawn my snail shape. I'm just going to give these a good pre-water. That is the one thing that we have discovered in all this heat. You definitely need to keep your carrots damp. And you can see exactly how Mr. W did this in our carrot sowing video from July. These two varieties are Nonce and Chantenay, and these will give us a harvest at the end of this year and early 2027. Next I'm going to be sowing some Mizuna, some wild rocket Trisha, and some lamb's lettuce, also known as corn salad. We like to sow these into the 30-litre buckets so that as the weather does become a little bit more inclement and cool, we can move them inside to keep them safe. This is the Mizuna, and I'm just lightly sowing them over the surface. It's a pre-watered surface, and it's a really lovely vegetable, salad vegetable for overwintering. Nice flavour, unusual flavour. Next is the rocket, and these seeds are so tiny. But we wouldn't be without this. Certainly Mr. W wouldn't be without this. He loves a nice bed of rocket under a grilled steak. That's his favourite meal, I think. And lastly, the lamb's lettuce. Pleased to say these seeds are a bit bigger. This is such an invaluable crop, really. It sees you through all the way through December, right into the dark days of January and February. Just keeps giving. Marvellous crop.
And the tip that I referred to that most of you will already know about, but many of us forget, and that's your tomatoes. It's mid-August now, so it's time now to cut the tops of your tomato plants out. Remember, earlier in the year we left 2 leaders to go, so we have 2 leaders to stop. By doing this, all of the fruit that's remaining now on the plant, it can put all its energies into ripening that, so you get a really good bumper harvest through September and into the early part of October. So they're your jobs for a second go. We can still get plenty of harvests to come during the autumn and early winter months. If you can plan these jobs in over the next 2 weeks, and don't forget we've got a bank holiday coming up here in the UK toward the end of the month, then you'll be well on your way to ensuring that you have plenty of things to harvest. If you like this video, then do leave us a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, while you're there, why not hit that subscribe button? We have much coming up on our channel over the next 2 or 3 months. Not least, there's much preserving that Mrs. W and myself have to do.
Yes, I've made a start.
We have those videos in production. We've got things to do with courgettes, and what else have we got?
Oh, I've been doing some jam. We've got sweet corn.
Sweet corn, yes.
Sweet corn. Obviously runner beans. Runner beans all of the time. many yes. Runner beans.
So do keep an eye out for those. They'll be coming up over the coming weeks. If you are new to our channel and you're wondering what all this no dig fuss is all about, then why not watch this next?